Hey guys, I'm going to go over some of these examples so that you can put them in your notes. You should have a sheet that looks like this, translations. I shared it with you. So we're looking at translations. A translation is a slide. Okay, translation is a slide. Now in this case, we're sliding 5 units right and 1 unit up. So there are 3 ways we can do this. Okay, you can take each point and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. And that would be point T. But we already have a point T, so we got to distinguish this one some way. We put a little apostrophe next to it. That is called a prime. And it tells us what the new point is going to be. Then you would move G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. G prime. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. B prime. And connect dots. Notice that is the same shape, facing the same direction, the same size, same everything as it was before, just slid up and over. Okay, that is one way that you could do this. A second way when you have a graph is you can move 1 point and then realize, okay, G is 2 to the left of that. So boom, 1, 2, plot G. B is 4 down from that. 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, plot B, and so on. Okay, same concept, just a different way to look at it. Now, before we move on, there's a couple of other things you need to know. The original image that they give you, we call a pre-image. We call that the pre-image. This one we call the image. Okay, so you have a pre-image and an image. And then the last thing that you need to know before we go on to these other examples is the algebraic way that you can look at this. Okay, if you look in the notes that I shared with you the other day, the slideshow from a couple weeks ago before we got out for break, it has a table on it on slide 3. Okay, this is the Unit 7 transformational geometry slides that I shared with you. Slide 3 has a little table that has all of your algebraic relationships in a little nice, neat little table for you. Now, the first one is the translation. Okay, it tells you you're going to take your x and your y coordinates and change them to something else. So you're going to apply this rule to get your new coordinates. Now, we know that our x-axis right here moves things left and right, and our y-axis moves things up and down, with up being positive, down being negative, right being positive, left being negative. So we're moving 5 units right. That's going to be our x, and we're going to add 5. And then for our y, to 1 unit up, so you're going to take your y and you're going to add 1. So to show you what I mean by that, take this original t point at -1, -1. And let's look at t prime. T prime is, we take -1, fill in our x and our y here, fill in this x, -1 plus 5 is 4, -1 plus 1 is 0. Notice that is the same coordinates that we have right there. So that's the 3 ways that you can look at a translation. We're going to look at a few more examples here. Okay, 1 unit left and 2 units up. 1 unit left, 2 units up. 1 unit left, 2 units up. 1 unit left, 2 units up. This would be M prime. This would be Y prime. This would be G prime. And then you connect your dots. That is, again, the same shape, just slid a little bit. In your rule, remember your x goes left and right. Your y goes up and down. So your rule would be x, y, 2, x minus 1, y plus 2 would be the rule for that one. Because left is negative, up is positive. Okay, 3. Translation 3 units down. Translation 3 units down. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That is L prime, U prime, and Q prime. Okay, and notice on this one, we only moved one direction. All we moved was down. So we didn't move left and right any, which means our x stays the same. And we have y minus 3. On number 4, I got this graph's not even here. We're gonna work this one out all the way using the algebraic way of doing it. So you have x, y, and we went right 5, so that's x plus 5. And 2 units up is y plus 2. And you're gonna take your original coordinates here. Your original x is -4, -1. We're gonna see what x prime is. E is -3, -3, and we're going to see what E prime is. And I is -4, -3. We're going to see what I prime is. So, you take your x and your y, -4, plug it in for your x. -4 plus 5 is 1. -1 plus 2 is 1. Okay, -3 plus 5 is 2. -3 plus 2 is -1. And lastly, 4 plus 5 is 1. -3 plus 2 is -1. Then if you plot those points, there's those coordinates if you couldn't see them before. If you plot those points, you end up here, here, and here. E prime, I prime, and X prime. And it should look just like that. Now go ahead and pause this video, look at 5 and 6 yourself, and I will give you the answers in just a moment. Okay, so 5 should look like this. 4 units right and 4 units down. 4 units right tells us x plus 4. 4 units down, y minus 4. And then for your number 6, should look like that. Notice there's no difference when you have 4 points or 10 points or anything. You still just do them point at a time, the way that it says to move them. And your rule would be x plus 2 because you went right, and y plus 3 because you went up. Okay. From there, you need to go ahead and complete the 4 questions for the day in your workbook. These 4 questions right here. Now, on these questions, the way that it's going to work is, zoom out a little bit here. Okay, so right here, they give you the rule. This tells you you're going to go right 3 and down 2. and then they give you the coordinates. These are your pre-image coordinates. You just need to fill those in. Okay, and then you got one of two options here. You can plot those points on your graph and then apply this rule, like count up 3 and or down 2 and over 3, or over 3 and down 2, however you want to do that, and then put those new points in here. Or you can just apply this rule to your x and your y and put those points in here. But these points, your image points, your prime points, must be on your graph. I don't care if you plot this one or not. If you just do the algebra here, do the math, you've got to still plot these points. Your new image must be on the graph for all 4 of these. So what you have to have is your image, your prime points, your pre-image coordinates here, and your image coordinates here. The rest of that, how you do that, how you get to that point, is all up to you. So if I can help you with anything, don't hesitate to reach out and let me know. But I believe that is it for today. So good luck, guys, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow.